Hello and welcome to another side play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Shelter. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and don't get the news version earlier, then you can go to Patreon. It's $5 a month. So, on the last Let's Play, it's kind of hard to do these sometimes because if I didn't look back at it, it's like, what happened? Well, I think it's that, right. Rune Moon, not Rune Moon, Alon found out that, Gunnar was showed a different future than we were. Maybe he's able to control what he shows us, or, things that won't happen, or maybe it's just, I don't know. We have to figure that out. But we accidentally didn't break the key, but we damaged it, leaving us with a little strand of it so that we could, have magical powers of like suggestion and stuff like that, which we used to sneak out of the castle and explore the world, which is horrible because we were almost stabbed, well, Alon, and also attacked by a horse and also other stuff. But then, Alon was found out and supposedly brought back to the capital. Aina? Yeah. Is there anything else I'm missing? Not that I can think of. I really should name things before I go to the next episode, you know? It would make it easier. But anyways, reset our face. And continue. So, you didn't mean to run away in the end? Nope. Okay. Is that the end? No. Of course it's not the end. I'm here, right? But at the same time, I had no hope left in me to even dream uh, anything would ever change. No strength in me to continue the struggle. I came back to the castle with Gunnar. My servants cleaned me up, and the scholars prepared herbal mixtures to help me rest. Once I woke up from my nap, it felt like the whole escape was just a weird fever dream. I know that feeling. Because of course it was. I saw how it was outside. Hunger, crime, cruelty, in a world of senseless struggle. Why would anyone want to escape the kind of blessed life I was given? Why indeed? I looked at the cover of Noon Moon's book, resting on the shelf in my room. I took it in my hands and opened at the camping illustration. I kept staring at it absent-mindedly as the sun outside drew closer to the horizon. There was a big evening feast in the castle in Rune celebration. Both of us attended it, but Gunnar made sure we wouldn't have a chance to interact. Even during the feast, I kept the book close to my chest. I wouldn't give it to any of my servants, or even General Gunnar. I wouldn't touch the food. I was. It was a bizarre time. Despite the joy and laughter in the room, I felt completely disconnected from everyone. Some people seemed concerned. They couldn't feel me with their empathy. Yes, it was like I wasn't even there. My thoughts devolved into an unstable mass, still coming to terms with my failure and the kind of future that awaited me. A safe future. An easy one. Wait, a kind one. Easy. Certain. Even once the celebrations in the ballroom long came to a close, I didn't leave the table. I watched guest after guest show me respect before excusing themselves for the night. The room grew empty and quiet. Once I finally got up from the table, I approached the stained glass window and absent-mindedly just stared at the night sky through the mosaic of colors. I was deaf to my servant's words of concern. At one point, even Gunnar approached me to tell me something. Another one of those awkward conversational talks. My mind wasn't in that one either. It was already past midnight, but I still wasn't that eager to go to bed. Not after sleeping through a chunk of the afternoon. No, it was more than that. I remember how I told you that I used to go to bed excited for what the next day would bring? That wasn't the case anymore. After all, I already knew it would be good. I dreaded another joyful morning, another step on the perfect predestined path. And even though I knew I wouldn't fight anymore, I still couldn't help but want to be left alone, at least for one night. Just me, my pain, and my tome of Noon Moon stories. You know, it felt that ever since meeting the Observer, that whole thing made me go through nearly a whole complete cycle of grieving. I was, in fact, at first dis- wait, I was in at first disbelief. I fought against the inevitable. At moments, I even found the bursting rage inside me. At night, however, I was at my very weakest and lowest. After all, for a brief moment that day, I must believe I could be free, only to be humbled by reality. I was so reluctant to retire to my room for the night because it felt like the moment I ended the day right there, right where I expected to be, in safety and warmth. I would finally reach my true acceptance. The castle was quiet. It was only me in the great empty halls, and a couple of guards by the entrance. Their minds were sleepy, and although they avoided eyeing me, they clearly awaited my return. I myself was too tired to. Time and again, I almost went to them to request an escort back to my room, but I ended up changing my mind each time. The weak part of me longed to be finally put to rest. However, another side resisted. I was split in my mind and heart, exactly like that one delusional Rottweiler hero, except I didn't have anyone to put me back together. I paced around the room, between the giant marble column, until eventually I glanced into a service preparation room. The moment I entered it, away from anyone's vision, I heard one of the heavily armored guards starting to walk in my general direction. Even there, I couldn't be left alone. But that was also where a hidden passage for a small breed dog was. I slipped through it, delving deeper into the darkness, as the guard's uncertain "Your Majesty" muffled through the stone. I went as deep as I could, without actually reaching the other end, the hidden entrance to the kitchen storage room. If the guard didn't know about the passage yet, he was sure to find it soon enough. Still, he wouldn't be able to fit through to pursue me himself. He would have to call another dog to retrieve me. Then, finally, I would be led back to my room for proper rest. But at least at that moment, I was still alone. It was dark and quiet. In that pure silence, away from the presence of any other canines, I could finally hear my own thoughts. With the tone of pregrination of Noon Moon pressed firmly to my chest, I started to accept. But then, a glow, magic light from the storage room. Barely any sound, but there was definitely something there. Carefully, I peeked out of the passage. It was all dark again. As quietly as I could, I walked across the room towards the door. Then another glow, coming from behind the food-filled shelves. I gasped in surprise, and the light suddenly ceased with brief hiss. I wouldn't say hello. Is anyone there? But my survival instinct made me think again. It's still, where the instincts kept me at bay, curiosity recklessly pushed me to peek behind the shelves. Pitch black darkness. Silence. Stillness. The faintest non-nibbling touch of smoke. Nose-numbing touch of smoke? A single red eye. Before my mind could even properly register danger, a strong impact made me slam against the boxes and bags, dropping the book off my hands. With a quiet swoosh, something cold and sharp pressed against the middle of my throat as someone's face drew close to mine. Howl, and you die. Only a single red eye. The other one was covered with an eye patch. The image of a feline skull was etched into the patch's dark leather surface. I was confused as to why I could barely make heads or tails of the person's presence with my empathy. Even his scent was so numbed down by the faint smoke from his still-lit cigarettes. With a wave of shocking realization, the recollections of rumors I discussed with both Burry and Gunner came to the forefront of my mind. The missing food rations around the castle grounds, the infestation of elusive immigrant thieves. That was it. I managed to do something that even Gunner struggled to achieve for months. And we're going to double tap that here so that we can pick the thumbnail. I cornered the rat. Yeah, you definitely cornered him. Also, the rat version of Alon? Kind of. Wait, are you? My heart had never beat that fast before. Not even in any of the observer's visions. I wouldn't even dare to even take a breath, with my eyes fixed on that shining dagger. Yet, even then, faced with the possibility of an untimely death, I couldn't help but think, how freaking cool he was. Okay, that's the thumbnail. Are you an adult small dog, or just a puppy? I can never tell with you mutts. Hey, I'm not a puppy. Ah, okay then. Say goodbye to your... And I'm not a dog, I'm a wolf. Okay, just to be clear, how old are you? I'll be turning 10 next year. He sighed and took his dagger away. I'm not gonna hurt a 9-year-old child. Hey, I said I'm almost 10, and I'll let you know I'm very mature for my age. I'm sure you think that. Speaking of dressing like a pompous bloody peacock, a pampered pup of some lupine snob, no doubt. So, what are you doing here? Pushing my luck too far, apparently. Now, I'm definitely done here. I don't think we have enough food, and I don't think we have enough food to leave past the borderlands. But we'll have to make do somehow. I can make sure I can't take any more chances with the Grove. It's kind of weird. He's like, I'm going to let you live, but also I think we're going to be leaving the area right now. It's like, you're telling him stuff. Oh, you're leaving abroad? Yes, so hurry up and lie down so I can bind you. Someone will find you in the morning. Before that, can we maybe talk just a bit longer? I've never spoken to a rodent before. Heh, sure. I guess I have something to tell you before I leave. Oh, what is it? Before I could react, he jumped on my chest and gagged my mouth with some musty rag, keeping me firmly pressed against the cold floor, but reached for the next one to fasten around my head. I slapped and pushed him, but despite being a rat, he was still older, heavier, and stronger than me. My shouts muffled through the gag in my mouth. No mingling with the dogs. No killing the dogs. No lingering in one place for too long. No biting more than you can chew. Okay, but weren't you gonna say that you were gonna kill somebody if they were adult? If I didn't keep a low profile, we wouldn't survive even 2 days here. As much as I revile you dogs, You're terrifying hunters when you actually get serious. Canine unity, is it? Listen, pup. When you grow older and work your way up to become an important wolf in the grove, keep close to your heart the words of this old gray rat who could have killed you but chose not to. Caring for each other is not just a canine concept. I stopped struggling. As he held my wrists to bind them with rope, we looked into each other's eyes. He was still stern, but there was a sort of warmth in the one remaining eye, on his thin and withered face. For the first time since we came face to face, I felt clearness in his mind that I could finally grasp and connect to. I made the decision, and, with all the magic I could muster, I committed my very soul to it. The red thread of Fenrir's leash under my fur glowed in red, burned away, and melted into our wrists. Our wrists? Also, wait, so I thought he took it away. I guess I misread it. The moment he noticed the glow piercing through his skin, it was already too late. He jumped away and started swatting at it, but the more he did, the brighter it strummed, or shimmered. Suddenly, something pulled me forward. Whenever he tried to force his arm too far away from me, I was brought close to him. There was an ethereal thread of light connecting my wrist to his, about 4 meters long. By the means of the magic string, I tethered myself to him. What the hell is this? What'd you do? What'd you do? It's kind of hard doing the inflection. Also, people are sleeping, and the walls aren't exactly thick here. Suddenly, you heard the muffled sounds of approaching steps, and someone speaking through the stone. We looked in the direction of the secret passage in unison. And puppy. I stood up and pulled the gag out of my mouth. The panic rat tried in vain to cut the luminous string. We couldn't linger there any longer. I took a deep breath and gathered my courage to finally speak to the rat. I voiced out a wish to him. The wish now manifesting as the unbreakable magic between us. I wish to be kidnapped. To be continued. Ooh. Right away. I don't know why I'm reading, but I keep on biting my tongue on the same side. Not in a way that, is, causing bliss or anything, but it's it does it. Congratulations! Reading the thing here. High paws. Or paw fives? Oh my dog, finally, the first fully illustrated non-canine in shelter. Sorry, it's 11 o'clock at night. He's got canines. Super happy with how he turned out. When I started working on shelter, I was freshly after finishing a chapter of a comic in a world where literally any kind of furry creature could and did exist as a character. Shelter is a complete opposite of that. The existing groups are... Oh, it's that meme. That was pretty quick. Moon never cry, I guess. The existing groups are very strict and limited, and the whole story is nearly exclusively focused on the dogs. There are a few reasons for that. The main one is because I want to draw a lot of knots. I'm having a hard time remembering the other reasons off the top of my head. Oh right, the other reason was that I believe structure, forced by limitations, allows more of a solid world building, and ironically highlights the diversity of the setting. Now let's see. GamerWolfSix. There I am. Who's that supposed to be anyways? Whatever. My comic and INU was a nice exploration of chaos for me. In a world where everything exists everywhere at once, the setting becomes oppressively the same, like meshing all colors of Plas Clean always gets You a grayish brown. I don't know. Let's look at what that is. Bend my leg. Or tongue. N-I-N-U. God, I feel like I'm, like, mentally degrading as time goes on. Oh, Inuyasha? Is that Inuyasha? Though there's also INU comics. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be the comic since Inuyasha is a manga. And an... Oop, clicked on a thing. And an anime. We've been focusing on the dogs in shelter all this time to give them a clear identity in the world. But our scope is expanding. Sorry, reading ons and connections between factions are inevitable. Though, can we have the faction of, like, wolf pussy? I mean, ladies? Just saying. Anyways, I haven't drawn proper sprites for the 5 cats in Max's story yet. I would love to add them in the future world, but I really wanted to do the rat. Not for the hotness or anything, but because I thought he was a super cool guy with an eye patch. Super eye patch wolf, if you will. I don't know, some YouTube guy that I listen to podcasts with on, like, I don't know, some... Anyways, I hope you're looking forward to see what happens to him as much as I do. However, could I please use the next update to fill up one of the missing contents on the other routes? We're still waiting for Burry's bottoming scene, Max's intimate, non-orgy sex scene with Luke, and the final Dwayne sequence. I think that's it. I don't know. I'd like you guys to decide in a poll which one you'd want me to develop for the next update. That way I can take it a little easier in the second half of December for Christmas and New Year's Eve time. And that will also give us more time to create new music piece for the finale of Alon's childhood recollections. There's a scene I want to make as impactful as it can be. I'm sure all that hard work's gonna be worth it. Special woo to my goodest patreon.com Rouse/Rouse boys. Hope you have good Christmas ever, smallest but extremely dense, highly concentrated woo to my closest friend and confidant, Sleeth, for being my most inspiring and happy anniversary. And finally, suspensory special perks to all the artists who share their shelter fan art the past month. I can't get enough of them, and I'm extremely grateful to every one of you. That's why I've started a giveaway. Patreon finally opened the option to gifting memberships. So from now on, I'd love to give every person who's featured in these ending credits a month of free level 1 Patreon access. It's an offer especially relevant to free members, but you still get a code even if you already support me. You can just pass it to your friends if you like. I already sent one to Foxy King and Luna. Please drop me a DM when you can. ALEIN something. Additionally, do you want to remember the fan art section of the Shelter Game Gallery? Whoever gets chosen has the pictures put there. Check here. Personally, I'm happy if a brain. Yeah, no, I've been doing more Blue Sky reading than I have the past. Wow. I mean, like, today I did like 3 hours of video, which is more than I usually do since I'm on vacation. A porn break? Ooh. And after that, the Night of Fate. Merry Christmas and happy final oohs of 2024. Well, hopefully 2025 sucks less than 2024. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not sure if at some point I might come back and do all this stuff. Let's see. Finish Cooper's room mission. Just to investigate root barks the corners. I still don't know what that thing up there is. Oh, do we get, no, I guess the sausage thing is the thing anyways. Anyways, end of this quick look. You know I'm tired. It is kind of weird. I've been on vacation-ish, and I've been like, hey, I'm getting all this... I'm resting a whole bunch, but I feel like I've been tired. But maybe it's because I've been, like, you know, doing one of these a night. Maybe I should, like, take myself a week off from this stuff. Like, though I know, like, an hour of doing this doesn't seem like much. You know? Who knows? Anyways, that's going to be the end of this side play. So, please comment, cause like, comment, send you like, dislike, tips, tricks. Otherwise, if you like my YouTube and like Secret, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos epic. And please remember the main area and most to help control the pet population. And if you want to play this game, it's available for free on its own. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the next version earlier, Patreon, $5 a month. And until next time, another side play by me, GamerWolfSix of Shelter. Hey, thanks and see ya.